I recently had the opportunity to delve into the book Deep Work by Cal Newport. Newport describes deep work as professional tasks undertaken in a state of complete focus, free from distractions that push your cognitive capabilities to their maximum. This intense concentration results in the creation of new value, skill enhancement, and outputs that are difficult to duplicate. J.K. Rowling is a notable example of someone who utilized deep work. She completed the final book of her Harry Potter series, Deathly Hallows, in 2007. To do this, she needed to isolate herself from the distractions of everyday life, such as noisy children and pets. So she booked a suite in a 5-star hotel in downtown Edinburgh, Scotland. She didn't initially plan to stay there, but the conducive environment led her to return repeatedly until she finished the last Harry Potter book. In 1974, Bill Gates also employed deep work to code the first version of BASIC in a mere 8 weeks. Newport notes that Gates worked with such fervor and for such extended periods during those 2 months that he would often fall asleep on his keyboard while coding. After an hour's sleep, he would wake up and continue from where he left off. The basic software that Gates developed in those 8 weeks while in a state of deep work laid the foundation for a billion-dollar company. Cal Newport himself, an MIT graduate and a professor at Georgetown, asserts that deep work enabled him to double his research paper output while simultaneously managing family responsibilities, writing this book and teaching full-time at a prestigious university. While the examples of Gates and J.K. Rowling might seem extreme, as most people don't have the luxury to disconnect and engage in deep work for weeks on end, Newport demonstrates that it's possible to maintain a busy schedule and still find ways to engage in deep work, yielding significant results that others find challenging to replicate. So, how does deep work lead to best-selling books, innovative products, and high levels of productivity? Neuroscientists have discovered that intense focus periods in isolated fields of work lead to the development of myelin in relevant areas of the brain. Myelin is a white tissue that develops around neurons, enabling brain cells to fire more quickly and cleanly. Therefore, when we engage in deep work, we essentially upgrade our brains, allowing specific brain circuits to fire more efficiently and effectively. The brain upgrade we receive from deep work enables rapid connection of ideas and the discovery of creative solutions. In today's economy, the ability to engage in deep work is increasingly valuable and increasingly rare. It's valuable because when you produce something exceptional in our hyper-connected world, it has the potential to reach billions of people. Producing something exceptional is necessary to stand out amidst the noise and avoid being drowned out by the deluge of information that we deal with daily. Consider your last tweet. How long did it last? How quickly was it forgotten? Deep work is becoming increasingly rare because it requires undivided attention, and our world is being filled with more and more tempting distractions. So the ability to engage in deep work is becoming increasingly challenging. Coworkers expect immediate responses to emails or instant messages. Employers want to function in an open office concept filled with constant distractions. Your online friends and followers expect you to maintain a social media presence. It's not enough to try to ignore these distractions. We are hardwired to be distracted and pay attention to novelty. A 2012 study led by psychologists Wilhelm Hoffman and Roy Baumeister involving 205 adults found that we can only resist temptations to take a break from work to check email, surf the web, or watch TV about 50% of the time. However, there is hope. You could develop a routine of deep work and escape the trap of constant distraction, thus setting you apart from the crowd and making you indispensable in today's economy. Here are 3 deep work strategies that you can incorporate into your schedule to enhance your ability to focus and produce results that are hard to replicate. First, schedule your distraction periods at home and at work. Most of us allow ourselves to go online at any moment and check our phone whenever it buzzes or dings, but doing so is training your brain to avoid deep work. A day full of unscheduled distractions is training your brain to give in to any and all distractions. To build your tolerance to avoid distraction, you need to set boundaries on your distractions. Have a notepad nearby and note down the next distraction break you'll have. Maintain your focus until that time. At first, it's going to be challenging, but remember that doing this is effectively doing the reps that build your ability to concentrate. Second, develop a rhythmic deep work routine. Newport says the easiest way to consistently start deep work sessions is to transform them into a simple, regular habit. The goal, in other words, is to generate a rhythm for this work that removes the need for you to invest energy in deciding if and when you're going to engage in deep work. Newport uses several examples in the book to show that scheduling chunks of deep focus in an ad hoc manner doesn't yield much productivity at all. For people who are not seasoned at doing deep work, it's best for them to have a recurring time each day or each week to engage in deep work. Early morning is typically the best time to do this because at that time you typically don't have to deal with incoming requests. The research shows that people new to deep work can typically only do it for about 1 hour, and masters of deep work can typically only hold their attention up to 4 hours in intervals between 60 and 90 minutes throughout the day. So the ultimate goal of each day is to plan deep work routines throughout the day with the ultimate goal of building up the sum of your deep work practices to 4 hours a day. The third strategy to cultivate deep work in your life is to have a daily shutdown complete routine. Sleep is the price we need to pay to engage in deep work. It's the interest we pay on the loans of intense focus required to do deep work. To ensure that we get adequate sleep and restore our attentional reserves for the following day, Newport recommends that we incorporate an evening shutdown into our daily routine. An evening shutdown ritual involves making a plan to complete any unfinished tasks, goals, or projects the following day. Getting a series of steps lined out for the following day is enough to get items off your mind so you can disconnect for the rest of the day. When you get things off your mind, you restore the ability to sleep well and engage in deep work the following day. After Newport completes his plan for the following day, he will say to himself, "Shutdown complete." It's a bit cheesy, but he says it's a great cue to unplug. In the end, deep work is incredibly valuable because it changes your brain and allows you to produce innovative work that is hard to replicate. That was the core message that I gathered from Newport's insightful book. Newport does a great job of teaching deep work routines and reducing the fear of leaving shallow work behind. I highly recommend this book for anyone looking to make something meaningful in this world.
so high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world but keep the sky on your mind.